Hello beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Miss Linda, a special needs educator, child neuropsychologist, and a speech and language therapist. Here with me, I have my guest. She will introduce herself, then we will tackle the questions of today. Welcome.
Thank you, Linda. My name is Phyllis Muni. I'm from Dyslexia Organization Kenya, and I'm the founder of Dyslexia Organization Kenya. And I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Phyllis, for joining and for accepting to be on this channel. Today is Dyslexia Awareness Day, and we are painting everywhere red.
Yes.
Will you kindly tell us how far we have come with dyslexia?
I would say when you ask how far, you plan to know from when to when.
Okay.
Because I would say now, from when we started Dyslexia Awareness in Kenya,
yes,
when we registered Dyslexia Organization Kenya,
yeah,
it was registered in the year 2011 or 2010.
Yeah.
But before then, being a parent of a child with dyslexia, I had already started doing small awareness at school, at places when I learned about it and taught myself how to teach my son.
So how old is your son?
My son is now 24 years.
24
and
years.
I learned when he was 8 years.
And you learned his dyslexia at 8. It was he diagnosed here in Kenya or outside the country?
There was nowhere to be for him to be diagnosed here in Kenya.
Yeah.
Actually, I would say I am the one who diagnosed him. When I went to the internet, first I didn't know what it was. He was causing his difficulty in reading, or why he had found it so hard. I grappled into typically treating him like the way now I came to realize it was the wrong way, pushing him, beating him, and all that, and a lot of tuition, which was not really working. And then I came to a word that said children who write doll for boy, and then I was like, yeah, I know someone who does this. And when I checked, that's when I got the word dyslexia. So after that, I went to the internet. Luckily, in around 2007, there I was able to get internet. Not many people that time could get internet. I googled and got dyslexia, and the things that they talked about how to identify this person with dyslexia, my son fitted. So really, he didn't go for really, would say the way you go for assessment. At that time is when I identified it. I identified it myself, and when we did the interventions that were explained and I was learning, he actually improved.
Okay, so you started the organization in 2010.
Yes.
So how far as an organization have you gone? You as an organization, how far have you been? How far have you gone? Do you get people to support the organization in terms of creating awareness as well?
After now Dyslexia Organization was founded, many people, what we did is when we registered the organization, we created a website, and so and joined other international organizations in the world, so that when you call maybe US, and talk about this, I'm a Kenyan, there's no dyslexia awareness in Kenya, they would refer you to us, because we already had networked with them. They already knew we existed, and we had registered with them. If you go to, like if you're in UK, you call, they would still refer you to us. So what happened, many people from Kenya, who didn't know about Dyslexia Organization Kenya, they got referred back to here by where they were going, US, UK, Australia. They learned Dyslexia Organization in Kenya, and also that's the same time when people were learning about dyslexia in the internet. So they would go and Google, why is my child not really able to read? And then would say get the word dyslexia. And so you find there have come up many other people, like even you, who are trying now to create awareness. So now I would say, whereas in about 10 years ago, we were the only organization that was doing dyslexia awareness. Right now, there's so many people, and also teachers have come running again. Even now, unlike those days before when teachers would not have internet, right now any teacher can be able to Google. You see some signs because they are able to buy data
data, and
So
also
internet is not as unavailable as
and
it
also
was before.
some testing tools
Yes.
online. And also there are some universities in Kenya as well that are really does special needs, and also area for specialization is learning difficulties.
Even that time there was, but the challenge was they were concentrating on the visible difficulties,
the physical sign
hearing,
language,
braille, Even right now, still there's no university that is. I think it's only Kenya Institute of Special Education that is doing what we call learning difficulties. Others are doing hearing aid, visual, maybe those physical, how to handle children with physical disabilities.
So what we can say is we have tried, but so much has to be done when it comes to
scratched the surface. Today I was having a conference.
Yes.
And half of the teachers who attended the conference had the word dyslexia by when they heard about our poster and now coming to our conference.
Oh, really?
Half of them.
Oh.
And most of those even who had heard the word dyslexia had not known what it is.
Exactly what it is.
They had it because they were told by their directors or people that they attend our conference. So still there's a lot of an awareness.
You are saying we have not even created the surface.
We haven't scratched the surface. And then there's this misconception, like a question was asked, is dyslexia same as autism? You see now that confusion. And then also there are those teachers who are saying, or people who are saying, in a school you tell them we want to create awareness to your teachers about dyslexia, and they would tell you we do not admit those children in our class, in our school. What tells you is they are looking for something physical, visible, that they can tell this person has this.
Maybe they don't have resources for accommodating.
Not resources. Because of lack of awareness, they don't tell the difference between dyslexia, because they are looking for somebody they can look at and physically be able to identify this person. And dyslexia cannot be identified by somebody by looking at them.
That for sure. Thank you so much. That is, at least we have known where we are at the moment. Now, as we wind up this video, as your organization, how much have you done to help children? Because I know you have an organization. Or what are you doing at the moment as a Dyslexia organization, Kenya?
What we do right now is we are concentrating much in creating training teachers on how to identify children with dyslexia and other learning difficulties in class. So we have teacher trainings, planned different conferences, workshops, online and physical. Then we also have an assessment center where once you learn your child has learning difficulty, to be able to be identified and to separate from, is it autism, is it attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, there is need for formal assessment. So we have an assessment center, and we also have teacher parents programs, groups, like even today what we did, we had teachers and parents coming together. And also we have a school for children with dyslexia and other learning difficulties.
Where is your school located?
Our school is in Kitengela, and it is boarding, and from primary to secondary school.
Okay. Thank you so much for that, the director, the founder of Dyslexia Organization Kenya. And we are going to talk, you can see we are wearing red to create awareness about dyslexia. Also, you please make sure wherever you are creating awareness. We are now going to look at the interventions that are there, also the schools that are there, and also the assessment tools for dyslexia. The assessment tools that you use or that are approved, because I know you have some.
What we are having at the Kenya, let me say, we do not have a Kenyan approved assessment tool.
Why? Is that a difficult question to ask?
It is, because first is like dyslexia question is, has it been accepted at the Ministry of Education, in the Ministry of Education system? Do we have that? Even as we are talking about CBC, we have an assessment center. It accepted as a learning difficulty. There's I wouldn't say it is fully accepted, and I wouldn't say it is not accepted. And so even when we come there, do we have a tool customized for Kenya? We still don't have one. So what we are doing, we are using a tool that we have borrowed.
Customized?
Yeah, we have taken it from US and UK, and then we are customizing it for our use.
And I love that. I love when we take tools and then customize it.
Again, you do not have to reinvent the wheel.
Yes.
Those people have already advanced, so we have different tools. An assessment tool that talks about, checks about the reading, the cognitives, the behavior, the spelling, and something that you're using. We cannot use everything that is in that content, but we are using what we have.
So in your content of the assessment tools, what are the areas that you in assessment that you look at?
First, we even have to do the history of the child.
Okay, history
because there are many, depending on the courses, the dyslexia have because of complications at birth, lack of oxygen in the head, all that. We need to understand
the history, the medical history, right?
Yes, we also want to understand, is this person being labeled dyslexic and he's never been to school? A person who has never been to school and don't know how to read is not dyslexic. They only have not been exposed.
Background history.
It is background history. Then we are
medical history, background history.
Then we are looking at this person at when did he start school? And what is the difference between
at the age of when
was he exposed too early? And was it too late? Then we are looking at the cognitives. What is he able to? The age, we are looking at the age and age level, like a grade 8 child age-wise, and reading at whatever levels, and we need to understand that.
Then
we also try to understand the environment, cognitives, and also the environment, because there are those children maybe because of the family background,
they are not able even to concentrate or something.
That would that be the one that affecting their ability to read?
When you talk of environmental factor, looking at the economical status of the family, or
even could there be sort of violence at home? There are people who they may be very well. So the whole history and this assessment tool has that area. But now, come closer, we are looking at how are they doing understanding reading. That's comprehension. Now you are giving them something to read. So you look at their reading levels.
Phonological?
Yes, phonologicalness. Also we look at their understanding in terms of comprehension. There are those who are good at reading but they cannot comprehend. So we are looking at all that. Then we tell parents, you go to the internet, you can get a screening. You can screen your child.
Yes.
And
that is ruling out. Screening is like trying to find out, to rule out.
After
do we need assessment or do we not?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we do. And so, and it happens that for you even to bring your child, of course,
it must be a challenge. The teacher might have taught something.
Even yourself
you might have seen it.
Yes.
Maybe a caregiver might have seen it.
And then now you say, I need assessment. And then assessment will help you to identify, is it attention deficit like hyperactivity? Is it dyslexia? Is it autism? Is it other developmental issues? All that.
So those the areas that are in the assessment tools are all those information.
Yes.
And the screening has to be done now, where you look at their comprehension, you look at their reading, you look at their spelling, how they even able to interpret the sounds, that is the phonological and writing. All right, okay. Now, how do we now intervene, or how far are we trying to intervene in the less than 1 minute?
Intervention, especially when you find somebody is having a learning difficulty in a normal class environment, you need to teach them using all the senses. So even as a teacher, you need first to learn that this child with dyslexia does not learn using the normal conventional methods. Like you stand there, you tell them, like everybody else, they need their time.
So their teaching should be a multisensory
approach. Which we call structured literacy.
Structured literacy.
Structured literacy because it is cumulative, it is specified. You are trying to find, not all people with dyslexia respond the same. There are those with dyslexia, but they can spell, they can read, but they cannot comprehend. So you are trying to teach this part of comprehension. There are those who have problem with the spelling. What do you do with the spelling? So you are tackling this child's individual difficulty.
Okay. Oh, now the last question, as we were in the video. Not last, but almost the last one. Now, with all that knowing assessment was to be done, do you know of schools that accommodate children who have dyslexia?
I would say about schools in Kenya.
Yes.
That's a very, very common question that comes from many, many parents. In Nairobi or in Kenya, the only school that accommodates children with dyslexia offering local curriculum is only Reagem Talent School, the one we have founded.
Reagem.
Yeah, Reagem Talent School. The others offer international curriculum. There is Kenya School of Kenya Council of KCCL. The other schools, KCCL, Kenya Council for goodness.
It can't come in your
Esther
mind.
will kill me.
Kenya community.
Yes, Kenya community of whatever learners.
Okay.
Yeah. So that one, it is.
KCCL, it's in Thika Road, right?
Thika Road, yes. The others that have.
And now your school, Reagem.
But remember, I've said the only one that offers local curriculum.
Local curriculum is Reagem. Parent, friends, relatives you have had.
If
you're looking at school for dyslexic child that offers local curriculum, we have Reagem Talent School. We have to be very keen and emphasize on that. Then the other school that deals with dyslexia children but offers international curriculum, we have KCCL. Just Google that and you'll find it around the Thika Road.
And Linda, let me tell you, a child with dyslexia does not need to go to a special school or a special school.
From Phyllis, Dyslexia Organization Kenya, she says that a child with dyslexia does not need to go to a special school.
Teachers need to learn how to handle this child in their school. I may be barricading my school, but I am here to say not all children with dyslexia can fit in one school. It is teachers who need to learn how to handle them. And about 10% of the population have dyslexia. So how many can fit in one school?
It can't. And the shorting one in few seconds, kindly tell us, what can you tell the viewers looking at that camera? Tell them something about dyslexia as we celebrate Dyslexia Awareness Month.
This is Dyslexia Awareness Month. It happens in October. Teachers, school directors, start dyslexia conversation in your schools. Let it not just happen in October. Start it and let everybody, the teachers, the students learn, and you intervene a lot for the children, and you remove a burden from many parents who are suffering and asking that question, is there a school? What do I do with my child? Also join us during this campaign period. Let us come and train your teachers.
Where else are you having campaign? Today you want one at Tangaza?
We had another at Tangaza. We have a dinner at Old Mutual.
When is the dinner? Tell us the time and the date.
Dinner is on 13th from 6 to 9.
Yes.
And during that time, we light up the UP, the Old Mutual Towers red. We have an event on 23rd. That is sip and paint. Yes. This is it's a course that employs people with learning with the neurodiversity.
You hear they employ people with neurodiversity. Please be there on 23rd.
Join us 23rd.
Where?
From 2 in the afternoon. It is at Westland. It's called Aira's Neurosol Cave. So we shall be here. We are going to paint and have a drink, or whatever drink you take.
Yes.
You can enjoy yourself. Then we have the hike. Yes. That is our hike. We normally hike Gong Hills.
Yes.
When
is the hike?
The hike is on 29.
On 29. Which time?
From early morning.
Early morning. That's 7-9.
7-9. Yeah.
On the way
the hike starts.
You'll be hiking at
Gong Hills.
Gong Hills.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for accepting to be with us. Yes, we continue creating awareness about dyslexia. We say there is no child is going to be left behind. And we're going to look at or disability on my YouTube channel, because I feel good. It's also feel better when we create awareness. Thank you so much for supporting my YouTube channel and for always watching. Please make sure you share this video with everybody else. Let the people know about Freely, let people know about Dyslexia Organization Kenya. And this month, please purpose to support, to create awareness on dyslexia. Thank you so much. See you another time on another video.
Thank you.
Thank you.